So I thought as with the Daydream Club, I do all the production for each track and we record it in this studio. I just thought I'd give you a bit of a walkthrough of some of our production and bits and bobs that we've got going on. So this is Rolling Out the Fire from the album All Our Born Days. Quite proud of this one. I think it's got quite a big epic sound, and really the whole thing's just built mostly on one chord with just slight changes. So the song started, where is it? Basically started on just guitar and then a bit of singing over the top. This is the original. I only got it quiet in the mix. So that's just the acoustic guitar plugged direct in, and just laid it down, kept it. I wasn't planning on keeping it, it was just a guide, but then recorded the electric over the top. And I always like to put a sample delay on certain things, so that meant that I could push the guitar out wide, but then putting them together and keeping the original centered, it just sounded quite sweet. So it's the two of them. That kind of just keeps on driving all the way through, doesn't really change that much. As with the drums as well, so the drums, mainly just this one tom riff just driving on. But for when those big synthy bits come in and kind of the chorus, we wanted something else to happen, so we added some extra drums that were super wet, like full of reverb. So then you can hear that here. It's that big snare. And at the end as well. With the bass, you know what, I just couldn't really be bothered to plug my bass in and get it all out, so I just carried on using the electric guitar, stuck an octave pedal on it, and that kind of worked for me. I mean, it's kind of a bit scruffy, but I think that kind of works for the track. And it had this, it's still got like a bit of distortion on it as well. So with the three of them, seemed full enough to me. Ultimately, you just got to use your ears. Doesn't matter if it's not actually a bass. You know, it was serving the purpose. So then we have these bits, which I really love. I think they make me think of Nights in White Satin or something. You know, Moody Blues. Got that kind of hark back. And kind of one of the main parts of that is this mellotron, which I spent ages trying to get the sound just how I wanted it, kind of a hark back, like a vintage sound. Added the synth as well. And then some kind of vibey, atmospheric guitar along with all of that. So then for that big outro with all of them in, you get in. It's fat, right? That to me, I'm biased, but I think that sounds epic. and that's without the vocals. So with the vocals, I don't normally sing this way, but I was experimenting with something. I've probably been listening to a lot of The National or something, I don't know. Yeah, so I was doing I'm picking up paper. Bit of a, what sounds, it even sounds a bit pitchy, but I think it kind of... And it's looking like we're failing. Bit of a slapback delay for that kind of... The sky started falling. Vintage throwback. And the blood runs through our hallways. I'm looking at faces, wondering what is stable. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's cool. Added a bit of a tape delay bit. And I'm wondering what is stable. Leading into the... But then, as with most Daydream Club tracks, actually, we like to layer up our vocals, and we just went to town on the vocals on this one. And we did something we often do as well, where there's you get one melody going and then you bring a whole other one on top, so like these two counter conflicting melodies. So we brought in this kind of call and response. Where is it? So you've got these ones that start to sing setting fire to the best thing, along with the lead as well, so they're pretty fat on their own. Setting fire to the best things. Setting fire to the best things. Setting fire to the best things. Oh, I love that one where Paula comes in. She just, we'd finished doing our harmonies and we're just like, just see if there's anything else. And she comes out with this one. Setting fire to the best things. I like that one. Kind of raw. But then, so we kind of just pound that setting fire to the best things. We just keep on driving that home. Meanwhile, then these other vocals kind of respond to that, which is pretty cool. All is on the line. We're rolling out the fire. So with the two in kind of going against each other. All is setting fire to the best thing in line. We're rolling, setting fire to the best thing in line. All is, setting fire to the best thing in line. Not bad for just two voices, really, is it? I like to stick, so for my vocals, I like to stick a bit of supercharger on it to get a bit of saturation going, get it a bit crunchy, especially on the leads. Not so much on the BVs, because then you end up with just too much crunch and it's all bite and no sound. Yeah, and generally I try to keep the lead vocals kind of centered, just a little bit either side, so me and Paula aren't kind of all over each other. But then for the BVs, you know, all kinds of panning going on and spreading out wide, so that everything can be heard and it sounds like a big pad. So this is the final everything in at the end, just to send you off and hope you've enjoyed it. I think the hardest bit with this track, because most production-wise, it was fairly straightforward. A lot of it barely changes, but it was all these vocals, trying to get them to all sit right without getting in the way of each other, and all the drums, because it's all the toms, it was quite muddy. So just making sure, you know, you scoop some of those muddy muddy territories. Soothe is quite a good app I use for that. And I guess some of the guitars were a bit muddy as well, so just get rid of some of that, but trying to keep the weight there. But yeah, generally I'll play with the levels for ages, and then often I'll find when I then move to the mastering phase that it sometimes highlights what I may have got wrong with the mix, and then I go back to the mix, which is one benefit of doing both. I know they always say you should always hire a separate pair of ears to do the mastering, but you know, we've saved so much money by me doing it all, and actually I've learned a lot, and it sometimes means I get a better mix because I have the ability to go into both. So each to their own, but that's what works for us. So hope you've enjoyed that. I'll probably do another one of these. That was quite fun and easy. I am Adam from the Daydream Club. Bye.